The astronauts tell us that on their way to the moon, 89% of the time they were off track. And all they did was make little adjustments, corrections, tiny little movement, tiny little thing, and it made it possible to reach the moon. So I'm just saying this to you because what we're going to talk about tonight is very simple, very small things. They won't take any extra time. It won't take you any money to do it, but it can make a really big difference in your life as a leader or your life in general. I promise you. I guarantee it. So the first leadership secret I'd like to share with you is to lead is to empower. How do you empower people? Treat them with respect and make them feel connected. People want to be respected and they want to feel connected. If I would put a really big sign up here and it says us, big huge sign, and another one over here, them, and then ask you, please go and stand under one of these two signs. Would anyone stand under them? Wow, what a nice group. Usually there's one in every crowd. Do you realize that there's probably not another question that I could ask you where we'd get a 100% consensus that we all want to be an us? You know, it shows you how strong of a desire it is in human beings to want to feel connected, like we belong. And as a leader, if you make people feel included, they'll support you. And when people feel excluded, they'll undermine you. So looking for ways to connect people. A friend of mine went to a dinner party in Malibu when Jimmy Carter was running for president. And they had, the hostess was trying to recruit people to be on his staff for the California campaign. And what she had arranged was that there were going to be a lot of courses. And everyone, the candidate was going to change seats after each course of the meal so that everybody there could sit next to Jimmy Carter and have a personal conversation. And they went through the evening and he kept changing seats. And it turned out that everyone in the room got to sit next to him except my friend. There weren't enough courses. You know, and so she was a little disappointed, but afterwards they moved into the living room and people were taking seats and sitting around having dessert and talking to him a little bit. And he got up and he moved over and he sat down next to my friend. And he said to her, "I wish there had been one more course." You know, it's like if you make people feel included, they'll support you. And when people feel excluded, they'll undermine you. So she said at that moment he won her heart. You know, and she worked long hours on his campaign. She became his press secretary for the California wing of that election. So making people feel connected. And the thing is, it's a big challenge to you as the leader because you do feel connected. When you walk in, you know people, you know where to go, there are people that you can talk to and things like that. And it's just amazing how many longtime employees you could have who still don't feel included. They don't feel like they're part of things. I saw it work in an interesting way with Phylicia Rashad. When I was her PR person, I went to see a show that she did in Las Vegas at the Las Vegas Hilton. And it was not like you know her as Mrs. Cosby, more like Diana Ross, singing and dancing, 5 costume changes, 16-piece backup. It was really a great show. I saw it on a Friday night. And on Saturday afternoon, Phylicia and I were sitting around the pool at the Las Vegas Hilton. And I was writing To Lead Is to Serve at the time, and I told her the title. And she said, "Oh, To Lead Is to Serve. That's true, isn't it?" That was kind of the conversation that we had. And then that night I went to see her show again. And something happened in that showroom. The audience just wanted to dance on stage with her. And she was just pouring her heart out over them. I couldn't believe it. They gave her a standing ovation afterwards. And I went backstage and said, Phylicia, what happened out there tonight? The show had been really good on Friday night, but tonight, what happened? And she said, I just kept thinking, how could I serve my audience? You know, the first night she'd been trying to get them to like her. You know, she has a sister, Debbie Allen, who's a really good singer and dancer, and Phylicia has the same talent, but people don't know that about her. So she wanted to show them that she was a good singer and dancer. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's a fine motivation. But she was trying to get their approval, get them to like her. And the second night, she said, these people just came here for a good time. How can I help them have it? You know, it was just this shift from getting to giving. To lead is to serve. You know, instead of trying to get people to follow you, think of how can you serve them and make it possible for them to do what it is you want them to do.